Hi, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Srini Pagadyala, co-founder of Aigo.ai, Chatbot with a brain. I'm thrilled to present our innovator today, and let us get inside the mind of this bold innovator. He's the Chief Technology Officer at 1-800-Flowers. This is the company that embraced technology to transform, to grow, and reinvent their business over a period of 45 years. In 70s, they started with one flower shop. In 80s, they renamed their company as 1-800-Flowers after acquiring the phone number. In 90s, they launched floral sale online through 1-800-Flowers.com website. In 99, they went public. In 2000s and 2010s, they have acquired a number of companies to complement their offerings, making 1-800-Flowers as the one-stop shop for a wide variety of gifting needs today. And in 2022, they're reinventing their business again by redefining conversational commerce using Aigo.ai, Chatbot with the brain technology. They're now providing a hyper-personalized gifting concierge to delight millions of their customers by creating engaging experiences. In other words, they are successfully delivering hyper-personalization at scale using Chatbot with the brain. What it means is that if you are their customer, Aigo would get to know who you are, what kind of things you like, who are the most important people in your life, what kind of things they like, what is their relationship with you, and what event in their life would you most care about. With all this information, Aigo would respond to you based on your historical interactions, your preferences, current context, current goals, ready to serve you 24/7 as you are dedicated and hyper-personalized gifting concierge across all brands and all channels. Allow me to introduce you to Abi Sachdeva. With over 15 years of experience in the retail e-commerce industry as a technology leader, Abi is at the forefront of innovation happening at 1-800-Flowers. Abi operates with a startup mindset. When he sees a new technology, new ways of looking at a problem, new ways of solving a problem, instead of saying why, he says why not. And this mindset has served him really well. I know this because his organization is thriving and setting new records. Without further delay, let's talk to Abi. Hello, Abi. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. I appreciate it.
You're very well. You're very welcome.
Let's
it's
get
my
right.
pleasure.
Absolutely, Abi. Thank you, and let's get right to it. So to start with, how did you personally develop the innovator's mindset, and how did you get your organization around it, Abi?
So it's really, to be innovative enough, we have to think and behave like an innovator from a very get-go, right? And as you want our organization or any organization to think in a similar fashion, you have to bake that in your team members. And to do that, there's 1,000 things we have to do same times, right? It's important that when you're creating something new, right? It's important that your team is engaged with it as well. Mm-hmm. And when you are thinking something new and innovative, you have to start, in our point, it has to start from the customer first point, right? You have to step into the customer's shoes, you think from their point and think about it. What is the most important question what the customer is asking us, and try to solve and build an innovative idea or innovative concept around it. And when we're doing this, there's a different things which is only possible when you want it to be innovative as an organization, or as a built thing, that your team is equally engaged and married to that kind of a thing. And when we are doing those kind of things, it's important that your team has baked into that idea where it comes down to be where we wanted to have that. Your mindsets are there with the team as well. So at this moment, let's think about it. For example, when I'm trying to build into our culture of it, we have a very open forums, which every Friday morning or every Friday afternoon, depending on a week to week, we have a very open discussion for an hour, where everybody is coming in and asking openly questions regarding any of the ideas which they're thinking, or what we are thinking, or what we have developed so far and what we have learned from it. That actually creates a forum, and that's a trust coming in from their side of it. And then their networking is happening at the same time, right? When there are 50, 60 people are talking in a 1 hour, it's a group discussion happening, where they're not building it. And it's been said that chance favors the connected minds, right? And that's what it comes down to be in the say. But at the same time, when you're actually thinking how you want to build that culture, it takes time. And it takes time, and it's a trust from a team, and you have to celebrate the failures with it. Innovation cannot happen that once in a thing you develop something and it's going to be successful. It's you're going to fail a few times, and if your team cannot be ready to fail with you, or they're scared to fail, right? Then you cannot build that culture around.
Right.
And it takes time to build the culture where it's but right kind of a thing too. Yes, and like it's a dream for our leaders to actually listen that when the team say yes, we can do that, and also we can do this thing on the top of it for our company. That's how we actually bake it into all those kind of things. It takes time, but I believe it's possibly good to have that happen.
That is awesome, Abi. Having worked with you firsthand and with your organization, every single word that you are saying is something that you not just talk about, you practice it every day, day in, day out. I've seen you in many, many situations. You're just not only a great innovator, but also awesome leader. Now, what drives you the most, Abi? Is it the technology, or is it the impact of the technology in your customer lives? Tell me what really drives you.
What drives us, what we are building for our customer, right? As I mentioned earlier, everything starts with a question: what we are solving it for customer, and what when we're stepping into it, sorry, into their shoes and to think about it. And that's what actually drives us, what we actually going to build. We innovate for our customers, and we love our customers, and the innovations and ideas come to us because we are solving a problem for them, right? We enjoy whatever the customer is asking us a questions, and we try to build it in that sense of it by adding a flavor of innovation. So to summarize in a very quick way, it's customer who we work for, right? And in a simple thing, what drives us is what problem we are solving for our customer.
Got it. Awesome. So in that context, why is customer engagement and experience so important for you? What makes these customer experience and engagement so vital?
So without our customer, we are nobody, right? And if you think about it, what we are doing, who we are is for our customer, right? The more satisfied the customer are with their experience, they stay engaged with us. And when they're staying engaged with us, that means they're buying more, right? The company is growing with that, and their retention is higher. They place an order on a regular basis. So maintaining the relation with the customer and keeping them engaged with our brands is a demand what we have to fulfill, because without that, they're going to forget about us, or they're going to shop with somebody else. And to keep that, and in that case of it, that engagement and experience entirely, it's attached to each other, right? The experience is what customer wants, and the experience build the engagement, and overall the innovation is touching both sides of it. Either it's in the experience or in the engagement side of it.
So what would you consider as an engaging experience for your customer? Different people are trying to do different things with your organization. So what would an engaging experience for your customer looks like?
I think from our point of view, when we think in that side of it, proactive actions, right? Proactive actions is what it is considered as engagement from our side of it when we think about it, that side of it. And then when we say proactive, it's like reminders about their upcoming anniversary or a gift, like a birthday coming into it. Guilty myself, I forgot a couple of times my wife's birthday, and having a reminder, those kind of things is very important, right? Or when the weather is bad and we have sent an important gift for somebody, but we know it's not going to get delivered, in spite of us knowing it from that person, right, that it's not going to happen. If a proactive action is coming where we are sending a message that because of the bad weather, it's going to be delayed, it's going to be tomorrow, or something is happening in between. It's engaging the customer back, so they feel happy, they feel reminded, or even in a sense of it, like finding a gift for them, right? To make it more simplified. In this, it's not easy to find a gift these days, right? It means there's so many options, and when you think about it, what the person going to like it or what's not going to like it, It's definitely. So one of our dream is to
Mhm.
build a concierge service, right? Gift concierge service, and we
Right.
work towards that. And if you talk about our innovation dream on
Mhm.
that side of it, that will be the one of the innovation dream if we will be able to build in the right way. It's a journey for us. We haven't
Sure.
reached there, but probably one day.
Sure. Awesome. Now, how critical is conversational AI technology to help you enable this vision of concierge in delivering these engaging experiences for your customers?
So if you think, Srini, as I just mentioned, right, building that concierge service, right, is one of our dream vision,
Sure.
right? And if you think about it, without a proper intelligence, without a proper AI, right, serving a millions of customer at the same time for that concierge service, it's not going to be humanly
Right.
possible, right?
Right.
If you think about it in a past life when the people used to go into stores and all those kind of things used to happen, then you can have a one-to-one service going on,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Right.
If you think about it, we can handle that many phone calls at the same time. That's not possible either, right? At the same time, if you think about solving through AI models or anything in a conversation commerce in the
Mhm.
AI side of it, it's not a trivial task, right? Every person is unique, simple as that. The gift they're looking for it for that person is also some kind of a unique.
Correct.
And we don't have to talk about what occasion they are because you can see where I'm going into it, right? Those occasions could be today's birthday, tomorrow's anniversary, tomorrow is somebody's friend's birthday who's a total different experience of
Correct.
its own. So when you ask me how critical is a conversation AI for us, its answer is very clear. I'm trying to,
It's
without that, we cannot achieve our
it's the
dream, right?
centerpiece
And
of the vision, it looks like,
it's a
right?
centerpiece of a vision, and we have to reach to our dream where we want it to be, and
Sure.
it's not going to be there until we don't find a right mediums or right solutions for that. And again, as I said, it's a non-trivial equation, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
I wish it's that straightforward. We would have solved it by now.
Right. Right. Got it. Got it. Now, there are 3,000 companies in the category of conversational AI technology. Why did you end up selecting Aigo.ai technology out of these 3,000 companies?
I think you and I know this. We met, I found, or we talked about it initial days a couple
Right.
of years ago when I
Right.
heard one of the podcast only, right?
Correct.
While
Correct. That
driving,
is that is correct.
right? And one of the things what actually hit me at that time was they were talking about is I think one of your co-founders or you or
Uh-huh.
Peter was there, right? They're talking about a hyper-personalization thing, right? And
Right.
that's what we was always looking for, right? Like because again, the dream, the concierge service, it's a
Right.
hyper-personalized experience and
Uh-huh.
a memory-based. What you guys was talking, those are the two keywords which
Uh-huh.
stick to me at that time. And again,
Uh-huh.
majority of this, if you think from a retail, it's a
Uh-huh.
99% is a self-consumption.
Mm.
We are one of those percentage where it comes down when we are talking about you buying a gift for somebody else,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right. And in this case, it's not only just knowing somebody can know about your personalization, your taste, or your stuff, what your gift cost will be or anything like that. It's need to know certain personas about the other recipient also who has
Mm-hmm.
to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to build a relation. So the next time I'm coming back, this models or systems can actually, or intelligence or a brain can actually tell us, oh, you last time bought this thing, it was a very similar stuff, would you like to consider this is great on that person, or something like those kind of a things, right?
Right.
And
Right.
that's where Aigo came into the picture. First, it was a very much open system where we can actually make the things a little bit customized or more lot customized according to our needs. And then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aigo team was very much open to change how we are working together. So that's why it was a very simple, came out to be very simple out of 3,000 or 4,000, whatever the companies are, that who we wanted to work with, because we have our unique needs. We want a hyper personalized experience, and we wanted the people when they're coming back to be remember what we wanted to address them.
Right.
Hey Peter, what are you doing? Or hey Rini, how was it? Or do you want to give it back a gift for your wife or your
Right.
friend, whoever it is? So that's the
Right.
thing. Aigo was there for us.
Got it. Got it. And when you say memory, you're talking about the short-term memory, long-term memory. So Aigo is able to understand the relationships, the gifts, all of that nature. Now, what benefits have you realized so far using Aigo?
See, this very straightforward. The
Uh-huh.
training was very easy, right? Training
Right.
AI models or training any NLPs and all those kind of things was straightforward. We don't have to go into months and months or years of our data to be fed into the system. It
Right.
got very easy. And then the second piece is we always look a single point where we can connect to a single brain which we want to build.
Right.
So we have an Apple Business Chat, we have a Google Messenger, right? We have a two-way SMS, we have our web chat, our mobile chat, and then we have our building a CSP from the intelligence side of it as well, right? All those platforms talking to a single brain where we can now share the knowledge among all. Like if I'm a
Mhm.
customer is coming from Apple Business Chat and tomorrow coming from a web chat or anything
Right.
like those kind of thing, it can handle it in the same point. And with a common enterprise IDs of ours, we can actually share that things up. So those benefits are
Mhm.
there with Aigo for us because we can able to customize, connect them, and make a solution work. Other than if I just work with a SMS provider separately and having another
Right.
web chat provider separately, it's not going to be a seamless experience, and we wanted to build it. So those are the simple benefits and the training, and those comes out to be
Got
honest.
it. So what I'm hearing is build brain once and use it across all channels, whether it's omni-channel experience, different channels coming in, you can easily navigate the same brain is being used across all channels.
You should have written that for me.
Now,
Definitely, yes.
what is your vision for Igo, going into the future?
As we was just talking a few
Huh?
minutes ago, all right, a proactive assisting, right, where we definitely want Aigo to help us on that side of it.
Okay.
It's somewhere we are already doing it
Mhm.
with the Aigo team and with you guys, right? Where it's like when the customer is in the middle of a shopping and the promo code is not working, we're triggering it, right? Use this promo code or something like that. Um, Again, we wanted to go to that concierge service, right?
Sure.
Where we can actually build that relation with the customer and say, like, let me help you to shop for this person. Tell us more about this person and let me pick a gift in spite of you wasting your time in browsing, all those kind of things. And like the same way, notifications, all those kind of things. But when you think about those are things where I go, and if somebody remember there's a clippy thing on a Microsoft Word whenever the
Right.
question comes in,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
I
can think
remember. Yeah.
that's how we vision it, our customer to be experiencing IGO as well on our platforms, where it comes down to be anything what they're prompting, they can ask it, right? There's an assistant
Right.
waiting for them to answer it and solve their shopping or give them a better customer experience. It's a piece of our customer experience.
Got it. Awesome. So I remember in our initial conversations, and for some reason I've never heard the term conversational commerce. I actually learned it from you and from Arnie. So the question I have for you is, as a retail e-commerce industry leader, where do you see the industry itself is moving in 3 to 5 years as it relates to conversational commerce?
It's very hard to predict future nowadays, specifically.
Mhm.
In last 2 years, what happened with the
Right.
pandemic, the world has just taken a different curve line. I believe the different timeline has changed into,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? It's in a simple word, if I say it, right? If right now our first touch point is a mobile, right? I have a feeling in 3 to 5 years, one of our first touch point going to be some AI bot, right?
Mhm.
And that bot could be on your phone. And in spite of people starting like browsing at this moment or anything like that,
Mhm.
they will be talking to it in a very simple ways and getting that and having that experience, right? Will be required. And what is being developed through this omni-channel approaches, or what we have seen, this social media
Mhm.
has platform has fluid that, and this is just a fuel in a fire at this moment, how this thing gonna fast track it now towards AI bots and everything.
Mhm.
People like convenience, and the
Mhm.
convenience, the next step of a convenience from a typing is going to be voice, and that's
Right.
obvious, right?
Right.
And when the voice command is going to be that fast enough to interpret and we can search anything, that's going to become a first touch point.
Got it. Got it. So it's going to be more or less standardized across industry. That's what customers are demanding, consumers
I
are
think so.
demanding.
Yeah, I think so. That's where the conversation is, right? You're having a
Uh-huh.
conversation commerce in buying. Like when we believe in a conversation commerce, we say like you shopping by talking. Simple as
Right.
that. I'm looking for a gift for my wife, and a bot is responding back. Tell me a little bit more about your wife, and we say X, Y, Z, and that's here's a gift. What we perfect. You wanted to buy it?
Yeah.
Yes, done. Over. Game over. Right? And
Right.
that's will
That's
eventually will happen. That convenience going to come into this
right.
experience. It has
And
to.
if it is already hyper personalized, it already knows who you are based on, your phone number and all that stuff. And it can basically offer you, here are some of the options. And you talked about proactive stuff. Before you even reach, Aigo can proactively reach out to you and make these
And that's the
discussions
beauty.
happen,
That's a
right?
beauty of what we was talking about, hyper
Right.
personalization and the memory base, right? When
Right.
you actually
Yeah.
remember certain
Mhm.
things, like us as a human knows, like I
Right.
know what my wife likes, but if there's already somebody who's assisting me who
Right.
knows also that same thing,
Right.
makes my life a little easier.
Absolutely. Would you mind sharing some of the lessons learned as you started on this journey as a thought leader, as an implementation? You actually executed on this vision. What lessons can you share that you have learned around implementing and executing conversational commerce?
See, one of the lessons what we learned initially is to actually answer the very first and most important question for your customer, right?
Mhm.
What your customer is seeking for. Like again, as I mentioned, coming back to same thing, our customer do demand this service, right? Where they can actually ask somebody what is the best gift for this kind of a person, right? Who
Mhm.
loves reading books. It's not always, if you love reading books, it's not always just to give a book as a gift to somebody, right? There
Right.
are other options too, right? And those kind of, so lesson learned is a simple, like try to understand what your customer wants, right?
Mhm.
Once you have an innovative and once you are able to solve that problem, that then go to the next problem, right? But the first to foremost question, which your customer is asking the most, focus on that and solving it and building the convenience into the customer experience. Don't try to innovate like an amazing big thing right out of the thing. Just the smallest thing can make a huge difference for our customer.
Got it. Got it. Don't try to boil the ocean. Go at a stepped or phased approach where the high value is start with what question customer is asking, start with answering that question, kind of evolve from there.
Mhm.
That is awesome, Abi. Who are the two most innovative and bold leaders that you can recommend or you would nominate for this show who are clearly making the difference in terms of thinking and actually executing on their vision to engage customers, to transform their customer experiences?
It won't be fair that if I even name any, right? Forget about two, right? If I even try to do it, it's hard for me to pick. I learned from so many amazing leaders around me and what I've done it in last so many years that
Right.
it will be not fair that if I go ahead. Well, I will nominate for every leader. A board leadership, what it brings to the organization
Uh-huh.
is can do wonders, right? And board leaders is a constant inspirations and aspirations to many people, and I've learned from many of them. And all board leaders I know use their extensive knowledge and experience to
Mhm.
lead their peoples into bringing the best selves in the workplace, right? And that's it's in my nomination. If whoever you ask, you can go talk to anybody, but it doesn't matter to me. Next, but from my side of it, um, my recommendation is to every leader, and thank you for being a board leader in your organization who's making a change and making a change in your team members' lives, and please continue to do so.
Got it. So if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is that this is a top-down initiative, at least to start with, at the board level, at the executive C level executive level, at the SVP level, and then it percolates throughout the organization. This customer experience and customer engagement is vital. That's where you start, and then basically get the entire organization aligned around that vision.
It is not possible to actually build or innovate anything in any organization which is not top down, right? In my mind,
Right.
because
Yeah.
whatever, if this is not initiative not coming from top down, whatever the energy you put, it will never be
Mhm.
able to see a daylight, right? And the
Mhm.
organization, the complete organization has to work together, and these kind of a risk can only be taken when there is an appetite for it. right? And the appetite can only happen when you have a very leaders who are ready to invest into this, ready to take a risk for it, fail fast to it, and that culture, what we was talking earlier,
Right,
is there, right?
right,
Is there. Otherwise, there will be people will be scared. Your team members will be scared to do anything because they don't know if the leaders want us to do or not.
right, right. Awesome. Abi, thank you very much for your insight, for your time. Really, really appreciate it. Any last words you want to share with our audience before we wrap it up?
No, thank you so much. Aigo has been a great partner, and we know that it's a journey which we all are working together. And I hope in next coming years we will be able to achieve our dream. What we all talking been talking as a gift concierge service. We ultimately do wanted to have that conversation commerce, what you and
Yeah,
I is just
yeah,
talking a
absolutely.
minute ago, right? That
Yeah,
where a customer can come and simply ask, I'm looking for a gift, I'm already late for a birthday party, and I
right,
or something, I forgot to send it yesterday, and now I have only 2 hours left, can you send something out which is good for my wife and she's not going to kill me?
right.
Definitely we wanted to go and have that conversation with a bot which is intelligence enough to pick from my previous order histories, my knowing my taste, my wife interest, all that things, and give me a product which I say yes, and the game is there.
Got it, got it. Abi, thank you very much for your insight and for your support. Really appreciate it. I know every word you said, you really mean it because I see you practice each one of those things. It's an honor to speak with you. Thanks again.
You're very welcome.
All
Thank you.
right. Bye-bye.